No, I mean he's just doing outfield drills, and so that's pretty non-position specific, I would say. Really, I mean he'll. So this is just experience. He'll be fine out there. Yeah.
Probably wouldn't see many differences.
No, I mean I think I mean there are certain balls hit off the bat that obviously the ball generally is going to from the right-handed hitter is going to go a different way for him, but he's aware of that.
He's figured that part of the game out.
Yeah. It's just really it's just a different viewpoint, and it'll feel weird today, and then I would guess after today he's pretty it'll feel comfortable quickly.
He's such a good athlete, right, that it just shouldn't phase him.
He's a good outfielder. I mean, he's just a very good defensive outfielder. He's very sound. I mean, the first play of the spring, the first ball was hit this spring. He made a really nice play. I mean, we never talked about it, actually, but a very difficult play.
Kind of going back to the corner?
Yeah, I think Happ hit it off Suter.
Exactly.
And I thought it was a quick, quick sign of, like, this is a really good defender. Yeah.
And it was here, correct?
Yeah.
So
first pitch of the spring. Yeah.
But I mean, he's looking right into the.
Yeah. Yeah. This is when. So we're a week in, and so we start. This is kind of was the plan with the relievers. We give them an extra week, and now they're ready to go. So they're ready to start. Getting their. They'll start on an easy every third day plan approximately, and then transition to every other day. He's throwing lives. I mean, I think. Our inclination is going to be conservative with him, but all systems are go. I would say of the guys would probably be the most conservative with his usage, probably, but right now he's all systems go.
What does it mean to you, Craig, to have an experienced left-handed specialist? You've had, Hader was brand new, but Boone's done it for so long at such a high level. What does it mean to have it?
Yeah, I mean, it's certainly going to challenge. We're going to have a different bullpen to manage, I think. I mean, it's more, it's a little bit two lefties that are, in the bullpen that obviously create a pretty good advantage against left-handed hitters. Hopefully that, we've obviously when Will was a part of this thing for a while that we was, kind of seen in the same light. And that's something that I think as the season goes and as the rest of the bullpen kind of fills in around those guys that we'll learn as we go of how they fit together.
That's kind of the way bullpens are, aren't they? They just evolve.
Yeah, I think that's how you have to treat them. They do evolve, and then they settle into where it's I wouldn't say it's not scripted, but you get a feel for when guys are going to be used. Yeah.
That usually takes a while.
Yeah.
People want you to have your pen figured out right. It just doesn't happen, does it?
Yeah, I mean, I think you have some things that you're planning on doing, and then the rest you figure out.
Boone said when he comes in, they usually switch from the lefty to the righty. He sees that a lot. So
there's no question. I think that's what he's used to seeing that, and that's why those guys often face the best left-handed hitters, because you end up getting put in when there's not going to be a switch made.
Yeah.
So those are the best hitters, and that's the challenge of that job. Yeah. You end up facing the middle of the lineup guys that they're not pinch hitting for. I mean, Nick's a good hitter. I mean, that's Nick's best skill for sure. He's always been a good hitter. We claimed Nick early last year, and it's another player. Is that how the season evolved? There never ended up being a really good role for Nick. With just kind of the emergence of some other guys, and we just couldn't. It just didn't. We couldn't find a role for him that fit with how the other players were playing. So he ended up getting squeezed out a little bit, but we claim because we think he can hit, and I think, I still think he can hit, and so he's showing that a little bit here.
Do you view him like as a little insurance if something were to happen to Hernan, or you needed Hernan in a different spot? I mean, is Nick sort of that kind of a...
Yeah, I think he has those capabilities, and we probably didn't see that as much last. We used him mostly in left field last year because it was when Ryan was hurt that that's when he kind of had some playing time opportunities. But so I do think there's with injuries he does become viable at other positions, at second base, at third base, the corner right field, shortstop in a pinch. So he does have some. The versatility is definitely something that he offers. They're in a spot where they're AAA players have had some success. Kyle's been in AAA for the bulk of the last 2 years. Nate's basically first full season in AAA last year, and they got to kind of like break through that little ceiling that's there right there for them, and that's what they try to do, and that's the kind of the attitude that they play with, and it's the right attitude to play with, right?
Do you think you'd lose either of them or both in the Rule 5?
Yeah, I think when you don't protect players and you're definitely taking a risk. We're happy that they're still here. Nate's challenge is a little bit is the versatility of what positions are you versatile at. That's important. If shortstop is one of those positions, that's a major difference. And if second base is if he's a good defender at second base, that's a big difference. And Kyle, it's he's an outfielder, and outfielders they got to hit. There's a offensive expectation is higher in the outfield, and that's those are the challenge they have. But I think they're both kind of every year getting better at those things. Every year they show up they're a little better, and Kyle seems to be getting better offensively every year. Nate's defense is improving. He made a nice play at shortstop yesterday, so showing that he can do those things. Well, the easiest thing to point to is he was healthy last year. I think 2016 got off the rails just because of his health. I think Domingo, and then the next thing is he just took a step forward with the ball strike recognition, which is the biggest step that any of these hitters are going to take. He took a little bit of a step forward with it, and it allowed him to get to, a great tool of his, which is his power. So that little next step, which I think a bunch of our offensive players took last year. Domingo probably at the top of the list, but I think with Travis of guys that took that step. And it's just really being a little more comfortable, like discerning balls and strikes. We're trying some other things to ease that glut of outfielders and keep them on the roster. But the big thing is what we're trying to do is we're trying to get a lot of productive hitters in the lineup, and make it tough on the other team and give us the capability of scoring a lot of runs every day. So it involves, Ryan playing some first base possibly. And then it's also about, really, having depth to address anything that might happen. That's important. We don't know when something's going to happen, if something's going to happen, but I think we have depth to address, any problems or questions that can arise. And then at some point we're going to have to make decisions.